It is 100 degrees and I'm being a little dramatic, but I'm barely being dramatic. How hot is it outside right now in Fahrenheit?
Hot enough.
That was bold of her. It's 91 degrees right now. I haven't sat and just chatted in a hot minute, so that's what we're doing today. I'm not gonna lie to you, I originally was planning to sit down and do a mini rant on what's happening with the parks. If you are new or have only seen my most recent videos, you may not know, but most of this channel was originally based off of, kind of based off the fact that I worked for Disney. It's kind of my only claim to fame. Obviously it reopened this week and people are back in the parks as guests, and it's a lot happening. I was gonna film a little rant because honestly I think some people are just being dumb, and there's still people traveling internationally to go to the parks, which is stupid and I hate it. But I'm honestly in a pretty good mood today, so I didn't want to sit down and film something that would just bum me out even more. So instead I'm just gonna do a life update because a few things have changed recently. Hopefully more things will change soon, who knows, but I just wanted to catch up. So where I'm living now, which you guys are probably pretty familiar with, you've seen this background a whole bunch. Did I lose the one brush I want to use? You guys are probably used to this setup or the white wall that I had before this setup. I've been here since December, and I'm not gonna lie to you, when I first came here it was very much supposed to be a super temporary, I wasn't even gonna be here for a month was the original plan, and clearly that didn't work out too well. You can tell I'm still here and it's almost August. What pretty much happened was I started having a crap ton of car trouble around last December, and I was like, you know what, I'll just move up here. It's super cheap, I can afford it, and I'll be super close to work. I can literally walk to work right now, which is great, don't get me wrong, but I also live in a box. It's essentially a micro suite, so I have one little table, 2 beds, because you're supposed to have a roommate, but I have not had a roommate this whole time. You guys have seen it in my what's it called, in my what I eat in a day videos. You guys saw the little cooking setup that I have. It's just a pot essentially. That's not the word I'm thinking of. Stove. It's a stove, but I don't have an oven. It's fine and I can get by, but it was very much supposed to be a temporary thing, and now it has been, you know, almost 8 months. I've been looking at places. I don't know what order the videos will go up. I feel like this will probably go up before that one, and that will be my next video after this. But I did go apartment hunting and we put in an application for an apartment, but it has just been such a pain to try and do. I went originally almost 2 weeks ago because I went on my day off and it was a Thursday, just to go take a look and feel it out. And we really liked it, and the guy gave us all these prices and things like that, and he was like, these are the things that I would need, feel free to just email me any of this info. And I was like, okay. I sent him everything that he had listed, and it was pretty basic stuff, like pay stubs, references, things like that. He had emailed me on Tuesday, last Tuesday, so a week today, being like, oh, could I grab one more thing? So I sent him one more thing that he needed, and he gave me a bunch of options of actual units, which we were excited about because we were like, you know, that's a good sign if they're sending you units to pick from. Me and Mariah went through the floor plans and decided which one we liked best, and told him that. And then I mentioned this in the other video too, so I'm sorry if you've seen both and this is gonna be repetitive, but a bunch of places are having troubles renting right now, obviously because of COVID. So they had a bunch of promos on, so we picked our preferred unit, picked what promotion we would want out of all these different options. He asked about my cat, just more information. That was last Tuesday, and I was like, okay, cool. They said that you'd normally hear back in 3 business days because they have to send it off to their head offices, blah blah blah, whatever. I got an email yesterday from a different guy from the same company, I guess, and he said that we didn't fill out an intake form, which I was like, I've literally given you so much of my personal information. And it was the same info that everything else was. It was references, where you currently live, your job. The only thing that was different is it asked our overall income, which again, you still didn't really need because we gave you, you know, 4 weeks of pay stubs or whatever. So realistically, Like, I didn't pull up my T4, I just did the math for him. That was kind of annoying, but I sent that in yesterday. And I think it's like also kind of frustrating because obviously they gave us like unit numbers to look at and we picked ones that we liked, but the longer that they take to process stuff, the more likely it is that those won't be available, you know? I'm hoping, because I sent him these 2 intake forms. I didn't fill out all the info because honestly, like, some of the things on it were so weird. It was like such a copy and pasted form. We gave them references already the first time around, and then this form was like not on letterhead, like didn't have the apartment building or the property management company like at all on it, and it was like very much just like a copy and pasted setup, which was so weird. And it asked for like the address of our professional reference, so I'm guessing they wanted like our work address, so I gave the work address. Then it also asked for like the address of our personal reference, which like I didn't fill out because why do you need to know my personal reference's home address? It's weird. It asked for like additional info or additional income, and like I have additional income obviously through YouTube, but I didn't list that because I didn't want to like deal with trying to explain that. So yeah, I don't know, it was weird, but I'm hoping now that they have all the information that they need, because this is obviously like the last thing that they were missing, that it'll now be 3 business days until we hear something. But I am a little bit just like, I don't know, I'm not annoyed, it's just like frustrating that we've sent them like every single piece of info like 4,000 times, but I also want to be out of this stupid box of a room, so I will give them whatever info they need if it means I can move out of this place. Ooh, it just got really bright out, I can feel it. Everything else has been fine. I've been super burnt out from work, so I know at the beginning of July I said I wanted to upload way more, and I was originally planning to do Monday to Friday, which I really was, and I had planned a bunch of stuff, but I ended up working like an insane like 60+ hour work week one week, and I ended up changing my days off, and I've just been like super like worn out and exhausted. I think like COVID wise in my area, we were all like not on lockdown, we were never officially on any sort of lockdown, like things closed, but it was just because things closed, like we were always allowed to kind of leave the house for the most part. A couple weeks ago, the like health minister of BC, if you don't know, I am Canadian, she kind of like approved across province travel, and I'm guessing a bunch of other provinces like said the same thing, and we've just been like stupid busy because people have nowhere else to go, and we're like a tourist destination essentially. So I don't know, it's just been really busy and really stressful, and I think because people are booking things last minute, they don't understand that we're so busy and why they can't get in for things. And if anyone calls in sick, they have to like either get a COVID test or take 10 days off of work, which is annoying because like everyone feels like they're sick right now. And on top of that, we like didn't really get a wave at all. Where I am before, we had like 300 cases in total, I think, last week. No, we had like 200 last week, I think. So it really wasn't bad, and like I would wear a mask when I would go into the big city or the mall, but if I was just like running in to grab like gas or something, I would just like sanitize, and masks weren't like a huge thing because we didn't really have any cases. There was like one flight from Vancouver that was infected, and besides that people just like kind of ignored it. And in the last week there was a Canada Day party, which like, why are you partying? And apparently there's a Canada Day party that had like a massive outbreak connected to it. So we got like 35 cases overnight. We have like 100 more cases in the past week. It's like the biggest spike that we've seen in our area ever. So not feeling great about that. Oh, I also didn't explain, I'm just like getting ready today because I've been wearing less makeup because my skin hasn't been perfect, but honestly my skin's been thriving a lot more than it was in the past. So what I'm doing now is like the makeup I've been wearing for the last couple days, which is like not really a full face of foundation and mostly cream products, and like I don't know, we're just trying to look natural, you know? I'm becoming like a Glossier bitch, and if you knew me like 4 years ago, would have never believed that. We're a little stressed out because COVID is finally in our area and no one gives a shit, which is my personal nightmare. But I also keep joking that like obviously like I don't want bad things to happen to people, and COVID is terrible, but I think people don't take things seriously unless they're forced to, which like, you know, America shows that pretty clearly. No shade to the States, but like a lot of shade to the States. We're like kind of the same here. I mean, it doesn't help that I live in like a conservative area compared to like the rest of the, you know, province. But I don't think people will do things unless they're forced to do things, which is unfortunate because people should just be, you know, like courteous and kind to the general public around them. So I wouldn't be mad if things closed down because honestly, I kind of thrive being unemployed. I've said this before. I would love to be unemployed. If I could just get paid to be unemployed and live my life, I would not be upset about that. Not to be unemployed, but like, if I could just hang out and do YouTube for a while, that'd be great. I'm not saying I'm hoping for a wave. And I'm not saying I'm hoping that people are stupid enough that we have to close things down. But I am saying that I've kind of gotten to a point where I hope we close things down because clearly people are stupid enough to not care otherwise. And I'm over that. Ooh, we did not blend that contour at all. The only other thing I have to really update, because we're already at 14 minutes, I haven't talked to the camera in a hot minute, so this was overdue and I just want to talk, okay? Leave me alone. This school. So if you don't know, I already have one degree. I have my undergraduate degree in criminology. I talk about it in my last like Q&A video. People are always shocked. I understand. I do not give off smart girl vibes. I know. I accept it. I was also a couple classes away from having a communications major. So it got to a point where advisors were like, honestly, why don't you just take another like year or two and then double major, and then if I have two majors, you know, it's like obviously more education. It can help me with like jobs in the future. Even if I do go into like the criminology field, communication is like a nice like well-rounded degree to have, blah, 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 blah. So I started doing that, and then I moved back after my 2018 program, and my school is obviously in Vancouver, so I couldn't take a bunch of the classes that I needed to get the secondary degree. Well now, thanks to lovely, lovely COVID here, all of the classes in the fall this year are remote. So I'm going to be taking a full course load while I think working full time, which I have not done in a hot minute. I've actually never done this many. In 2015, 2016 probably, I did 32 hours a week at Sephora while I was in 3-4 courses. But I think I'm gonna be doing 3 courses, but 3 like a lot of credit courses, because some courses are 3 hours and 3 credits and some are 4 hours and 4 credits. I'm gonna be taking 3 4-credit courses, I believe, in the fall while attempting to work full time, which kind of sucks because it means I won't really have days off. Like Monday and Tuesday were gonna be my days off, but you know, I'll be in school for 7 hours on Tuesdays now, so that's kind of the update there, which sucks because like obviously I love YouTube and like I wish I could do this way more, but feasibly my life after work and school in the fall, I will only have, you know, 1 day a week to do anything. I'm trying to like rework my work schedule a little bit so I can maybe work like 4 10-hour days instead of 5 8-hour days, because I don't know, I just want to feel like I have a day off, you know? Like I said, I understand that I don't give off the smartest vibes, so I think people forget that I'm in school. I get that a lot. I understand I'm very blonde, but I am taking empirical research methods in communication or something like that, which I think is funny because everyone still makes fun of communication students, which honestly I find communications stupid easy, so I don't blame people for making fun of communication students because I make fun of communication students. And then like a political economy of communications. And then the last one is like communication rhetoric, was like, let's be honest, do I know what that means? No. Do I need another 300 level course to graduate, so I'm taking whatever I can that I have the prerequisites for? Yes. That's kind of the big update. Not be traveling for the foreseeable future, which is unfortunate, but also completely reasonable. I'm not excited about it, but I also care more about, you know, general human beings and the overall population of the world than I do more about going on vacation and traveling, because I'm not a complete asshole, unlike a lot of influencers. Those are kind of my thoughts. Even when the borders do open, I will not be jumping on a flight. I also just don't understand, like, I don't want to rant. I'll mention this like very momentarily here because I already talked about this on my Instagram story, but I might do a whole video complaining about this later. But like when I see people from Ontario traveling to Disney for the park opening, I'm like, why in the hell would you go from a country that's only had 111,000 confirmed cases or something like that? Like, we're definitely under 150,000 confirmed cases as of when I'm filming this. Why would you go from there? And I think I looked up Ontario, and I think Ontario had like 30,000 confirmed cases, like, which sounds like a lot, but Florida had half of the amount of cases Ontario has in 4 months in a day. Like, why would you go from a province that only has 30,000 cases ever to a state that has 300,000 cases? Make it make sense. It doesn't. Not really fussed to travel. I'm doing fine here. I think I will be, which, like, you can roast me for this, I understand. I think I'll be driving down to Vancouver as long as my car doesn't quit on me. Driving down to Vancouver to pick stuff up if we get this apartment in the next couple of weeks. But I work in the hospitality industry, so I hope that like other places are taking the same precautions that where I work is taking. We will literally just be like driving down, and the person I'm going with I already see every day and I'm planning to move in with, so it's not like it's like a random person or we're like a party, but we would literally just be driving down to Vancouver, going to pick things up, going to the hotel. That's kind of it, but we won't really have contact with anyone. So that's kind of my life, all my updates, COVID, work, moving, school, all that fun stuff. It's hot as balls here, and I know I've said that like 7 times, but I can't stop thinking about it because I'm sweating and my hair dried weird last night. It's a lot going on right now. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I just wanted to like sit down and talk and chat because it's been a minute since I've done that. There will be more stuff coming out. I have a vlog of when I toured the apartment from a couple weeks ago coming out. Obviously, if we get this apartment, there'll be like moving content and things like that. I think I'll be filming something else today because I have to film something for a product that I was sent. It's a whole thing. All my links to everything else are down below. Like I said, feel free to subscribe because more stuff is coming out. And I will see you guys sometime soon, I think. Who knows? I'll see you guys soon. Bye.